You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we have got to talk about Adam Newman and Sally Spectra and what's ahead for them, because actor Mark Grossman just dropped some really interesting info about what he hopes is in their future. And yes, it does involve putting a ring on a certain finger of a lovely redhead that Adam is dating. We're going to dig into all that, but if you haven't, please reach down and click subscribe. Okay, so right now on the CBS soap opera, we have Sally Spectra's business in trouble, but she's happy in her love life with Adam Newman. And of course, you guys know that's the way things go. When one area of your life is going spectacularly well, usually another area tends to fall apart spectacularly. So Sally's falling for Adam again. Everything is great with them. So of course, it's things not going well for Sally and Chloe Mitchell in their design business. It seems like their customers really like them, but the problem is they just don't have enough customers. So Adam talked to Nick Newman about supporting him when he pitched to Victor that they give Sally the design division that Victor had offered her before. Nick actually agreed to support Adam in this pitch, and they, brought it to Victor, but he shot it down. So I'm sure Adam is going to find another way to try and help Sally. Of course, the last time he tried to help her professionally, remember, he broke up with her to try and save her job at Newman Media, and that went over like a lead balloon and caused a lot of heartache. So hopefully Adam has learned from the mistakes of his past. So that's where we find ourselves when Mark Grossman did an interview recently with Soap Digest. In the interview, Mark talked about Adam not having a lot of positive or successful relationships in his life, and that Sally is unique and different because they see eye to eye, and it's very much a partnership type of arrangement. And Grossman said maybe that will lead to a wedding of some sort, which was interesting wording. So he mentioned it's been a pretty slow burn for Adam and Sally getting to where they are now. It's been, 2.5 years since Adam started romancing Courtney Hope's character. And there's been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of heartache, a lot of tears. We have a lost baby. So in the interview, Mark heaped a ton of praise on his scene partner, Courtney Hope, talking about how hard she works and how she always delivers the goods. And he had a lot of good things to say about their chemistry, and how well they work together. And of course, that chemistry for a while also manifested in an off-screen romance for the two actors. They dated for, I think, six to 8 months. They didn't really talk about the fact they were dating, nor did they really talk about their split, but you can see stuff on their social media where they were traveling together and doing, date nights and things like that. But now they've split up. He's moved on with someone new. Maybe she has too. She's been very private if she has. Anyway, everything seems amicable between Mark Grossman and Courtney Hope, and definitely between Sally and Adam. So they asked Mark Grossman if he'd like to see Adam and Sally get married. And he said, yeah, it'd be great. He'd like to do all the things that come with it, like the proposal and the wedding itself. He said he's curious if Y&R goes that route, and said he thinks it would be a lot of fun if they did. I agree with him. He said he was curious about whether it'll happen. I'm curious too, and I also think it would be a lot of fun. What I think would be really wicked fun is if Adam Newman married Sally Spectra and his best man was his big brother, Nick Newman, who's also her ex-lover. I mean, the only thing that would make it better is if, Victor wound up marrying her later. They've all shared a spouse. Just ask Sharon. So I think it would all be pretty interesting. I would like to see Adam marry Sally, if for nothing more than to kind of see the lemon sucking look on Nick and Victor and Victoria's faces when they said, I do, if Victor and Victoria even came to the wedding. Victor has said repeatedly he does not think Sally Spectra is good enough for either of his sons, but he seems a little happier now that she is involved with just one of them instead of both of them. Although I just don't think Victor should get to have an opinion on any of his children's love lives. Because remember, Victor's inability to keep his pants zipped up is the reason that Jordan Howard is stalking the family right now. His cheating is the reason that Nikki was shoved off the wagon. So I feel like he doesn't have any right to criticize anyone. All of the mistakes that Victor has made in his love life are on display, as fans have seen over the years. Not that Nick has made great choices. Adam hasn't made great choices. I think all of Victor's children are relationship train wrecks, really, if you think about it. You know, Sharon dumped Nick at the altar the last time they got together. She busted him out for cheating with Phyllis. That was just a few years back when Schick had a reunion. If I recall correctly, there have been arrests at least one, possibly two of Victoria's weddings. I think once her, once a groom. Plus, she actually married Ashlyn Locke, which that was its own sort of nightmare. Adam's messy love life is a matter of record, but I honestly think Abby Newman might be the big winner/loser when it comes to terrible relationships for Victor Newman's children. Remember when she had to take a baseball bat to cheating Arturo Rosales' truck, and then her husband had shower sex with her mother, and then her husband walked in on her banging her baby daddy. I mean, messy. To say the very least, though, I am very excited to see Mark Grossman talking about Adam Newman marrying Sally Spectra, because it's definitely what I'd like to see happen. Let me know in the comments what you want, but I just don't see Sally as the type to go for like a big society wedding or a fancy destination wedding like Victoria had with Ashland in Italy. They seem more like two people that might get married somewhere small and intimate, like at home or in the judge's chambers if they elope. And don't forget, Nick Newman just asked Adam if he was planning to propose to her when Adam brought up the subject that he wanted to talk to him about Sally. It definitely seemed out of the blue, but after this interview, maybe it was foreshadowing. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, be sure to click subscribe if you haven't, and definitely drop your comments about a possible Adam, Sally proposal and wedding, and be sure to come back every day because we are here talking Young and the Restless all week long. And as always, this is Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.